Okay.
Going.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, sir. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, welcome back to COZSNUG.
Leap year COZSNUG.
Leap year COZSNUG, it's
Leap
true.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, tonight, Alex, I thought this topic for a while. I kind of got inspired by Alex for this topic, actually. He thought to ask the question, what are ways that you have empowered yourself?
That's a deep-rooted question.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I still haven't even I'm not even ready to come up with anything to say yet.
Oh, well, that's some of those core manipulating things where you say, this is what I'm going to change.
Right, yeah. It definitely is about, saying, taking control of your life in an important moment. Recognizing the power of being able to do that. But, that's kind of the basic kind of idea of empowerment in ourselves, is recognizing that we're not a victim of just the circumstances and the patterns we're in, is that we can actively look into them and change them.
Yeah.
It gets into your lower level coding that you've put in yourself rather than letting it be programmed by your environment.
Yeah, because you can, consciously, becoming aware.
Well, I guess lately, one way I've empowered myself would be in the content of what I'm watching.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
more informative information versus just the gnar grind of.
Versus distractions.
Yeah. Versus
yeah,
just
right.
Totally different.
Right.
There is a big difference between,
There's been a lot more of a learning curve on that than.
I've been force feeding Gaia.
I've been force fed Gaia quite a bit, and I love it. I won't deny it. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
There's a lot of good stuff.
There's some incredible stuff in there.
If
you know where you're looking.
Mind blowing. Like, if I wasn't listening before, I definitely am.
I really like the thought of content, because it is really something I have lately, is like being really, very intentional when I take out my phone or my computer, exactly I know what I'm wanting to do, and I'm not just mindlessly looking for something to do.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the same thing with going out, to a bar or anything else. Though, if you just don't have any intention attached to it, then you're at the whim of the online marketers or whoever else is in your life, taking advantage of that zombie state.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right.
To empower oneself, things we've done well, I don't know.
Actively trying to learn or betterment.
Yeah.
Like anything you can do in your daily life is empowering. Like
being open to new information.
Not shuttering everything away because
Well, the easiest way to learn is to teach.
I mean, we know about 0.1 nothing.
Many zeros.
Nothing. We know nothing. But it's great. It's beautiful. Because we're learning.
Real quick.
I mean, I think it's picking up speed. At least in my life, it's picking up speed. Quite a bit. Synchronicities all over the place. And land down.
You got a little bit of in-flow predictive programming?
Yeah.
Rather than like artificial predictive programming?
Yeah.
Time outside always helps empower me.
100%
I
absurd.
just literally
Mhm.
have to touch grass, you guys.
I'm so ready for the warmness to allow mountainous adventures.
Yeah, it's just about spring. We should definitely plan some.
Oh, yes.
Spring, I'm thinking like 2 weeks from now. I don't care what
weeks.
spring's doing.
I guess that's where I benefit doing concrete and whatnot. I was playing in the dirt, in the yard, digging around, pushing around.
Well, I guess I'll be back out on golf courses this week.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. I'll take the cold, wet days for the nice ones.
Yeah.
Just to not be inside.
I think one of the biggest ways I think I empowered myself was to, just like the simplest like phrase, like to not sweat the small stuff, like the tiniest things that you can always overthink fucking anything, the tiniest thing.
Don't get
And
lost in the minutia.
it's you just you get caught up, you get like addicted to it almost, but it's like it's just not good, not worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, anything. Anything that you do on a daily is something you should check. You know, what am I doing with my time?
Yep. Big picture.
And that's why I gotta watch or find something specific on YouTube because I can't just watch entertainment.
You want to learn.
I can't watch entertainment.
Yeah.
Not very often. It's getting so good though. That it's hard to pull. That's why it's like I don't watch it because I know if I start, I'm just gonna be like, well, there goes a day. And they're getting to be pretty good. Some of them.
There's a lot of good information out there. It's unbelievable. Thank you for the internet.
Yeah, it's beautiful how much information we have access to.
What's amazing is how we see it
Unbelievable power
bright and
ourselves.
shiny. Ooh, bright and
You can
shiny.
talk to anybody in the world now. We don't know anything about our language or not through all these different translators.
Wow. Really impressive. It's a good connection, you know. I think it's just we're just adapting to that level of connection because it's like I think it almost ambushed us with way too much, and we're just having to figure out how to adapt to it and sort of survive and thrive and use it because it's not going away.
No, you need to just circumvent it. You learn the cities and telepathic and multiple beings existence simultaneous to do messages for short periods and stuff. The yogis have been doing it for thousands of years. Uninterrupted and stuff.
Hey, do you subscribe to the theory that computer chips could be sigils?
Oh, 100%.
Very easily.
100%. It's all just geometries. Like if you can get the geometry of any known
Yep.
entity or energy and put it into, a ceremonial type of approach, you can certainly, attach its energy to yourself or a thing. Those aren't incredibly difficult things to do either. They're just incredibly unpredictable. And I prefer things to be nice and predictable.
So do you guys see your phones in your dream? Do you guys see your phone in
Very-
your dreams ever?
I don't
Very,
think so.
very rarely. if ever.
No, I don't
It's
think.
kind of odd, right?
Yeah. I've thought that.
No.
Not really.
I mean, I don't. My phone's not really a thing for me all that much. Like most of the time, I set it down and I'm away from it. Other than if I'm watching whatever, blah blah. That's the only time I'm really using the thing. But yeah, I don't know. I grew up before cell phones were like a major thing and everything, so it's a little bit easier, I guess. I can get sucked in from time to time, but usually I start getting into that portion of the digital grind, and I'm like, and I'll back off because I don't have that much of a connection towards the whole digital
No,
era.
yeah, I get that.
It's cool, it's bright, it's flashy, wow, but it's not as beautiful as like some sunrises and sunsets, or the moon in his phases. Like you all can compare what's out and about. So,
Well, it's just a tiny little window into a small little subverse universe, not even a full universe, and we could just,
like cell phones are
explore,
ridiculous.
explore outward or explore inward. The universe is at your fingertips,
Cell phones
It's
are,
true.
they're bright, they're flashy, they're cool. They're what we have at the moment because we don't know any better. But
Right, the current evolution of our
we'll get past
technology.
it.
Well,
Hopefully.
we're past it. It's just a matter of getting out into the
Yeah.
into the introductory, like, oh, all the stuff that you've been using is garbage now, and we gotta figure out how to justify building all these towers.
Everything's so externally focused. Hey, everything's out here. Everything needs to come back inside. Yeah.
It's like when you go inside, it turns out it's like the outside is the inside.
Well, you want to bring the inside to the outside at least.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And that consciousness habit of creation thing.
Yeah.
Gotta have some outputs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Things we've done to empower. So one thing I did to empower myself was when my brother taught me all about like philosophy and what objectivity was and everything else. I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. Why doesn't everybody think like that? And sort of practiced it as a primary operation, and then quickly found my way out of religion.
Yeah, no, I think that like one of the best ways I think I've ever empowered myself was being able to look at my thoughts and like not be attached to them in the sense that, any of my thoughts, any of my beliefs can be looked at by they could be wrong. They might not be, they could just be true, but being able to look at them objectively from the, an observer perspective is really, really powerful to be able to, even just, because then you can think of anything, entertain any idea until it collapses or doesn't work out.
And then it makes it very easy to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which makes a whole lot of life a lot more easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's being able to laugh at yourself. So I like electro swing mixes because I feel like that's like a musical version of
Dancing.
like higher powers laughing at themselves.
Dancing's such a form of empowerment.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Emotive, expressive dance, yeah. Ecstatic dance, so you can boom.
Yeah.
Move on and get going up down there. I need to get to one of those. Need to unhibernate.
Yeah. It's been a good winter. I didn't go skiing this year. I'm just really sad. I really want to get up there because it's snowed a lot.
I don't even make it to a closed road. And usually 3 or 4 of those a winter. Easy winter.
Yeah.
Other things I've done to empower myself is like basically scorn fear, just laugh at it.
I like that. Scorn fear.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a hilarious joke when you like look at it objectively, and it's like how
Yeah.
things end up being little weights on your shoulders, and the reality is that it's not just anywhere except for inside your own head. And there's some comedy in that.
Definitely. Just more awareness, being able to look at ourselves just as we are. You know, and being able to see that, it's so beautiful that we can like look at even the idea, being able to say scorn fear is so beautiful because it's like, man, that's powerful. That's conscious choice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then especially when you get to that point where it's intense, whether it's a perceived thing or a real thing, it doesn't matter. But even a perceived fear, you get to that point where it's just like, you know what? There's only one way to make an inefficient end to this, and this is too tired to keep being subject to. So it kind of you feel. Otherwise, it will eat you alive.
No, I definitely feel that. I feel like it's like lots of things, emotions, like sort of fear. It's like things I felt that have controlled my life. Like I felt like it controls you, so you're so fed up with it, you're just like, no, I don't want that anymore. It doesn't make it go away, but you gain control.
There's a lot of subconscious impact with things that carry emotional energy instead of just rational, cold, black and white thought.
Yeah.
Emotional energy is what takes a 14-day to making a habit to then be like, is that alright? Thanks to make a habit. A little bit of amplification with intent with emotional energies. But all these new things we're learning are pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, I think, I feel like I'm just learning so much every day, like, regardless of, like, if I pick up a book or the internet, regardless, I'm sitting here.
No matter who I'm talking
just
to
looking
or
at
where I'm going or who I have
here.
to see, there's always some left field weird stuff that I just have no idea that I was ever gonna, ever even encounter my processes. And it's like, oh, cool, this is at least, not boring ever.
Boredom's, kind
Exhausted
of like
sometimes, bored never.
Yeah. Well, boredom's kind of an idea that you kind of walk into, you know what everything around you is, and it's boring because it's not changing. In reality, it's you're changing, you're looking around, like make it really simple. It's like I look at the white thing and now I look at the orange thing. That's change.
I only see 2 orange things in this room. This bottle and the bowl. All the orange there is.
Orange stand.
Is that orange right
Oh,
there?
yeah. That's red.
Is it red?
The
No,
towel
not
over
the
there?
bowl.
Oh, there's a, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
There's a towel or
Yep,
whatever's on the floor there. That's
That is
orange to me. Oh, and the marker.
And the marker.
Oh, shit. It's amazing what you notice once you start looking.
Right?
But before, perception is everything.
Well, that's a good way to empower yourself, is to pay attention
Definitely.
to the things that are already being delivered and programmed into your head anyway. If you know what they are, you can not let it put you on a path that's developed and created by somebody else's agenda.
That's very true. Recognizing what's already around you, and a lot of people, I've had moments, and I've talked to people, they have these moments where you just kind of want to throw it all away, but then it's like, you have so you want to move somewhere else entirely, but it's like you have so many tools and people, and people around you, relationships and things that you can tap into. That, you're just like, it's like thinking you can do it all alone when you don't need to.
Familiar with that place. Too many years.
Christmas lights are orange.
Oh, I don't know. There could be.
If these Christmas lights are orange, you don't know.
No, those look kind of red.
They look kind of
I have
red.
to plug them in. I don't know.
Okay. I'm curious now.
I'm kind of curious.
Brady's just on the hunt for orange.
You got me started on it.
Maybe we'll look at it later.
Yeah. Got me started on it. It's orange. Lincoln sock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hyperfocus happens sometimes.
I mean, this thing's kind of orange.
Yeah, take your hat off. Oh, the lighting does no justice.
Full soundness is like wearing a fruit on top of your head.
Kind of bluish.
Fruit and berry.
Not quite in bluish. A little bit darker than bluish, but close.
No, I'm surprised how dark.
I'm surprised it stayed there.
Yeah.
I know it's usually
It's
a little
really
orange.
bright orange.
And this will still slowly probably
Yeah, the beard still looks pretty good.
fade more orange and orange and orange. Self-empowerment. What other things do we do for that? There's all
Let's
kinds of
see.
tricks. Role play.
Role play.
Exercise.
Exercise. Yeah, I think it's setting like scheduling, routine. It's very, I think, can be very empowering. But as long as it's more, something you want to be doing, and of course, you can't get too rigid, or unless you, burn yourself out with it.
Discipline, regulated routine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing I have to be better at. I gotta participate in a full moon ceremony at Morona. At his house, just a little one that he was gonna do by himself. I was like, well, I'm gonna do. Let's do it. Let's get on it. And that was really rad. Learned some things. Something came through me. I'm a prime number. And I was just like, wow, those are I know only just the minutiae of what that might mean. So this is some study I'm gonna have to do.
Cool. I like that. I found math. I enjoyed looking into math because, especially sacred geometry, like we were talking about at the start. It's like math is. I remember one time it was the most interesting. Balancing this, I was balancing my water bottle on my mailbox, and it was like a point. And I let go of it, and it spiraled off perfectly. And immediately I thought of pi, and I thought of the infinite, non-repeating random number. And I just kept looking into it, and it just so fascinated me, and it just inspired me because of all the ratios and stuff. But I'd already been so into sacred geometry, but that was just a very cool moment that I sort of just kind of saw, and it really just inspired me more.
And the question that I had coming back from that kind of your prime number thing was, am I a prime number, or are all of us prime numbers to be here?
Ooh. Yeah.
But the questions.
No, I like
questions.
that. Yeah, I hear that.
It's a good one.
I mean, I know it all will often tend to take the ego. Oh, I'm a prime number, and that's kind of how it came to me. But it also made me reflect. Are we all prime numbers? Is that
Sure,
to be in this position, we have to be a prime number.
Yeah. That's cool.
Of
I
some
like that.
sort.
Cool observation.
No, it was not observation.
No,
It was
yeah,
things that sort of slid
kind
in
of
that
is
made
an
me ask
observation.
questions.
Yeah, it's, I guess almost a question.
Some good download stuff. I think it was while I was watching Legend of Korra. And
Could you toss me that blanket link?
metabolism.
Mhm.
Yeah, CE5 stuff in the desert, Joe's playground, week-long thing.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We're gonna try every single night.
Week-long thing, that'd be cool. I'd have to take time to work, but I can maybe make that.
We're gonna try every single night. Big rocks, ride four wheelers, go explore farther in the day. That's mostly what I want to do. Is I just want to go far. I want to see as much of it as I can see.
Cool.
Kyle, he's gonna want to dig rocks, and he's got a lot of gear and equipment to do that. Like, and if Tad comes with, those two know a lot about it, and they can show you exactly where the hell we go to dig.
Cool.
And I got a drone I wanna maybe use for checking stuff out. So less hiking has to be done to do the scouting. So we'll see if it doesn't turn into a broken hunk of plastic by the end. If not, cool. If it does, well, it better have recorded it. That's all. He knew drum. That I didn't even have to pay for.
Oh, nice.
You drove that, I didn't.
Probably buy a burner phone to install their app on because it's from Temu and not crazy and it's some fucking I can't even read it Chinese Mandarin. It's like okay,
That's fine.
the translation of it is anyway is questionable. So I don't want any app from anything that came from Temu. Yeah. Rather spend $35.
Music empowers me now that I'm getting pretty good at it. Music definitely is
Music.
a form of empowerment. So
100%.
we had fog around here a little while ago,
Uh-huh.
and I let Ashton and Dad out on an expedition through the fog. And so fucking we're out by this like big storm drain, and it's like a storm drain, but since it's foggy you can't see the bottom of it. And so we're just there at the edge of what I was calling the pit. And we're just standing there, and there's the outline of a deer on this hill above us, okay? And it's just not moving, it's just staring at us. And fucking, I play this flute song, dude. It was...
I'll slow down because we were standing there for a while. It just stared at us we just were standing in the fog. We were all walking together. Just deers, like not that far away, but up kind of on a cliff. Kind of like in the fog.
12 to 20
just staring
feet
at
away,
us.
yeah, just in the fog.
And we just stared at it for a while.
Yeah.
And we kind of thought about moving, thought about yelling. And then Alex just pulled out a flute and just started playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice. It just kept staring at us the whole time. After he was done, it left. Just calmly walked away. It was magical, truly.
Mm-hmm. Seen a lot of deer this year. The golf course is North Logan Canyon. Probably saw probably 2 dozen of them. Still chilling, laying down. Nobody's golfing. It's still February. There's no snow, so they're just hanging out. The groundskeepers are gonna have a field day with hoof prints in the greens.
Yeah, think about that.
It's too wet. It's a big problem. All right, acceptance.
Acceptance.
This is an excellent way to
Yeah.
empower yourself.
Yeah, accepting.
You accept the place that you are and how you got there, and now it is literally the expression that you are, that you've brought to yourself, and the things that you do to change that,
Yeah.
and then the acceptance for what those things are, and
Yeah.
being able to recognize, how easy the little baby steps can be to really just, build momentum. It just takes acceptance. And gratitude helps too.
Yeah. That was really well put.
Those are kind of the two first ones that go together.
Acceptance and
They
gratitude.
can
definitely.
both kind of
Definitely are
precede
two
the other. I
amazing
don't know if
things.
there's necessarily a first one, but
Kind of go together.
yeah. Maybe the yin and the yang
Yeah, right.
of that step. Two paths you can take. But I mean, I'm one of these person who was like, "Ooh, that was fun. Let's try the other one now." You know, backtrack a little. But it's fun doing it.
Yeah. Definitely think it feels good to empower yourself.
Well, it's kind of like use it or lose it kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
the more you just lean into that, the more it just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And the next thing you know, you're just like the guy who's like ready to jump out the car and then just close on somebody, hit or door somebody who's running down the street and running from the cops or something, you know, just because you're like, I can do that, no problem.
Yeah.
Just for my own comedy of the situation. Power moves like that, you know?
Yeah, by all means. It depends on the situation, but in general, if you have good intentions, it's just gaining awareness at that point.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you see people in a crosswalk and somebody's zipping through traffic. You know, maybe like if somebody's running towards people with a gun, yeah, I'd door 'em. No problem.
Yep, no problem. He's right here with me right now. No problem.
See, but that gets into role playing because now I've kind of built the structure of if that opportunity comes up, man.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. In my
The
brain,
decision's
yeah.
a little bit there now, like considerations for the geometry of whatever car I'm in the present, and it's on.
Sure. Yeah.
I kind of know how that works.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing where it's like, once you gain awareness of it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inadvisable. I've seen people break ankles. More times than not, trying to door things. Foot out of the way.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about how the door is gonna slam back.
With the weight of whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not at whatever speed, and just get your foot out of the way. Adventures, though, from acceptance. You find yourself leaning into some weird things just because they're there and you can, and you end up on some crazy freaking AMC fucking special fucking sideshow budget movie adventures, But they're a lot more fun when you're in them, and you can kind of see that before it's over and retrospect it, because then you can direct that shit from as you go, and role play right into it. Turn it into a little beautiful little art production.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. It's good to, intentionally. I think it's good that you can, plot out how you like your life or your days to go, and then go do it. That's the real, a lot of the power of imagination. I mean, it can get extremely complex. We can get more into that, but I think, just
Yes.
yeah. My own body, I think it's good to be something that definitely has empowered me. Is being sensitive to my body and what it feels like it needs right now. Our conscious mind, it has all the power to drive the car wherever it wants, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's driving the car nicely.
You give it all of the required bits and pieces and maintenances and fuels and oils and proteins and lipids and everything else. It'll take care of itself just freaking fine.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
Problem is getting all of those things, and fasting helps too. It's a very good practice for half days or even months sometimes, but just letting your body get into the state of having 0 caloric intake while caloric expenditure is happening.
Yeah.
Even just an hour or two a day.
I think fasting's really good.
Every week, even that's incredible.
It forces your body, I think, to move, especially like crap that's in the body. I think it
Well,
forces
yeah,
it to push
it
it out.
encourages cellular apoptosis, which is also what the activation of the endocannabinoid system does.
Yeah.
It helps these cells that have outlived their usefulness and their ability to maintain healthy structure from continuing and then just die and go away and excreted like they're supposed to be instead of trying to persist. So,
Interesting.
fasting with cannabis consumption is pretty much a guarantee that cancer will never be a thing in your life. Like, I almost want to say on the level of eat whatever you want, do whatever you want. But there's enough funky
we can
stuff.
push into mind over matter, it's,
But there's enough funky stuff going on with food now that you should still be mindful.
I really do believe that your beliefs may certainly change how you see reality. And in some ways, I do believe they can affect, reality around you.
Perception is reality.
Perception is reality.
Perception is
Exactly.
based on your beliefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Your beliefs are based on your thoughts. And they will dictate your emotions.
Yeah.
And when you recognize that little 3-step process, you just need to figure out how you want to rewrite your head to be able to function in the world you live in.
I think thoughts come from feelings, actually.
I feel like there's a flow to that process, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, it's like back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, with the middle one.
Hard to say which came first, chicken and egg kind of thing.
Yeah, and beliefs just kind of sort of being in the middle of the
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
The neutron,
Yeah.
the black hole. Because ultimately, your beliefs can be whatever you want them to be. And that is just a black hole to anybody else. To be able to understand it more than you can demonstrate, share, or express.
Right. You're only you can be living in wonderland with your beliefs, but are you helping anyone? Are you actively causing damage with your beliefs, or even though you're
Are your beliefs restrictive to your growth and learning?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a big problem that's persistent and common?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I've been tuning into a lot of those, really just trying to tap into some just basic things to just be more receptive to completely new, possibly information that could just break my entire worldview. I'm always want to be open to that.
Well, that's all I'm even interested in doing. So we've got some things we're working on.
No, you've expanded this conversation. It's expanded my awareness a lot, honestly. real sense because we gain new ideas. We are just able to put together new perspectives and
Well,
ways to see the
well,
world.
the information used to be a little bit more restricted, and so I was a little bit more psychedelic. I mean, it was like missionary status. Like, have you tried DMT yet? Everybody needs to try this. But then, the more I've learned about things in the interim, the less that's been necessary because we're just gaining information for the techniques and methodologies and states of mind and heart that we need to begin to accomplish some of the things that we're wanting to do.
Yeah. I like that. I love that.
Getting into quite good specifics that are not incredibly difficult, just a little particular.
A little bit of time and practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a whole lot either, actually.
Most of it, especially for, like you said, the purity of heart is probably the most significant factor as to how easy that can be. You just want to meet not to be overwatchers in terms of love and greeting and hi, my name is. It's yours. And without any preconceived anything, then that's the way to go. That's the way to get their interaction, their engagement.
Yeah.
Is to
Definitely.
not
You have
have
to
any
engage with an open mind and have no preconceived notions.
no preconceived notions. So we're gonna play around with this pretty a lot everywhere. If we get it tuned into to a habituatable sort of state, then we're gonna turn it into a thing.
Be fun.
Yeah. It's delightful.
Just delight, yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting. Lots of stuff to look forward to.
But we learn a lot about electromagnetic waves and the process of trying to figure out where we should be doing these things with minimal interference. And cities are probably a little bit trickier than rural, deserty.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Things. So I'm really looking forward to demonstrating.
And the lack of light pollution out there will be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Actually be able to see the stars.
I should look up the new moon. New moon in May, we're going.
Yeah.
Got to figure out which days before and after the new moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should work great.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go there and check it out beforehand. Oh man.
Whoopus. Radical acceptance.
Meditate on that one and figure out what that means. Because it might be a very, very real thing that is facing people. Or concept that they have to encounter.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
As we move into Aquarius.
And many other cycles.
Many other cycles, true.
We're at max chaos. We're approaching max chaos. Yeehaw. Let's see what can
No, I think we're like technically through the energetic max chaos, but the filtering through effects of how well we've been able to pretend to hold it together versus, you know, the reality of what's going on. I think there's still some major latency there.
Mhm.
At least a few years. As fast as our communications are, some information still travels very, very slowly.
What was that with the thing we were watching earlier? You said half the world's population lives without power. 4 billion out of almost 8.
Wow.
Power and utilities.
Having power utilities. Kind of easy to forget when we live in these
Yeah.
well-lit, beautiful plowed streets.
And you know what's going on at corporate level? They're getting mad at them for not having to put all the money into the infrastructure and telephone lines and all this other crap, and they're just going straight to wireless everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, they don't deserve, you know, because they didn't put the money into the infrastructure. They should. It's like, no, they win, and that's it. They're not far behind. They get it. Here you go, dude. It's like, catch up. Like, sorry. That's not good for your corporate line. Then
There's this
then you should
episode of
have
this
somewhere
show called
else.
1927 where like this whole town comes together to like run this power company guy out of town because they didn't want to be like indebted to the power company. They didn't want every single citizen to work for the power company. And in a way, that's just kind of how it is across the board
Yeah.
for a couple continents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it's a tough thing. It's a
Yeah.
tough.
Those are also those are continents that have mostly power and water, or one or the other. I don't know how well powered all the places in India are. But then, like Africa, like there's places there that infrastructure is still an idea that they're trying to figure out how to resource for.
Right.
It almost feels like it's the new Wild West, where they want everybody to go to. And it's like, wait a minute, didn't it start all in Egypt running away and then just keep moving until we cross the ocean and like at least the Western model. Now we're gonna jump all the way back over to Africa because we went around it to begin with.
Looking kind of.
I'm excited to see.
They'll
I'm excited to see how the next couple,
help them
decades
start building
develop.
infrastructure and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Except for not like some government contract to Halliburton.
Well, yeah,
but,
because
like,
the thing about
actually
building
people
infrastructure is
who
that
are-
it needs to be able to be maintained.
Right, and you know, built
Putting
in a
it there
way
doesn't
built in
mean
a way
it
that helps
breaks.
to mitigate the cost of that for developing nations.
Yeah, exactly.
These are things that can happen very, very fast.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they're
definitely.
right resources
Yeah,
Find
resources
the
are
right
set for
hands.
people.
in the right hands.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty exciting decade, yeah.
I think so.
It already kind of is.
Yeah.
Has
I don't think we would be saying that if we didn't think
Has
that wasn't
been.
true.
Pyramids, we're going to start working with. We're going to take at least a bunch like that out and put them up in
The other pyramid broke down. I have all the pieces of it there.
Oh, already?
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
it
it was
didn't
on
come off the
the
ceiling
slip
very
and
easily.
Oh, yeah, it's a snip and zip type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't happen. It was already in half by the time I needed to do that, and I just kind of took
Yeah,
the rest. Yeah, that's
Yeah, no, that's a good one. It was like perfect.
perfect. It's perfect for
Perfect
the chair.
height to the
Yeah.
chair, yeah. Big enough so the chair's not like a mic. It's just like,
Wait, the chair's metal. Mm-hmm.
yeah, beanbag might be better. I got zippers anyway.
Or plastic chair.
Or that cushion.
Lawn chair.
Square
Or
cushion.
that cushion.
Yeah, Ooh, damn. Anything else? We covered a lot of ground on
Yeah,
this
we
topic.
did.
Yeah, it's still like 8:30.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's just so many ways you can empower yourself.
Yeah, there really is.
Like, man, we could make some up right now.
Literally.
And it would still work.
Choreographed dance right now.
You see, that sounds fun.
Should we dance? Should we dance?
You can dance if you want to.
Shall we dance?
Oh, my friend she used to teach dance. She could just help us do some choreographed stuff.
Link, what do you know about this symbol?
I Ching?
Mm-hmm.
I know there's 64 different symbols that are the I Ching. I don't know exactly what they all are and everything, but I know that it's a mathematically derived sort of geometric system.
Yeah.
Based on honeycomb math, essentially.
Oh.
Hexagonal.
Where did this come
Ooh.
from? I have to watch the video. I didn't know what that thing was. I lost it.
I think it was probably here.
It's probably here. Just ran into it.
That's really cool, actually. Yeah.
I'm actually not sure where I got it. I've had it for years.
Well, I mean, this is what would you call this? Is ancient, and it's like the sacred geometry symbols, you know.
That's way old.
Also got the turtle on today. The little blue guy.
I got arrow tips in the car for you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Been in there for a while. I found them.
Awesome.
Yeah. Self-empowering is fun.
Yeah, so self-empowerment. I think welcome up there.
And it sure I think should be.
Right where it should be.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night. What do we want to make up a name for this place?